I'm Juanita Sims Doty, and I'm a proud graduate of Jackson State University. Now, Jackson State University is the university where I graduated in 1985, but I received my doctorate from Jackson State University. When I moved back here, yay, my doctorate from Jackson State University. So when I moved back to Jackson in 1980, I wanted to get a doctorate degree. And Jackson State was certainly right here. I'd heard so many great things about the department, the early childhood development department, heard so many great things about the department. I wanted to get my doctorate, and therefore I went there. So I had heard a lot of good things. And I think at that time it was the only doctoral program in the state in early childhood education. So great for Jackson State. Well, Jackson State University is one that I would have chosen anyway, regardless of whether it was the only one with the doctoral program, because I had friends who had gone to the doctoral program at Jackson State. I had faculty members that I knew who I knew were excellent teachers and instructors there. So that was especially the reason why I wanted to go, because of the students, the faculty. They had always told me that if you went to Jackson State, the faculty would surely ensure that you got the information you needed, and they would also ensure that you stayed there until you got your degree. And that's one thing I wanted to do, was to finish. What surprised me most about HBCU college life, well, really, I did not stay on campus. I was employed and working, and that's another thing that I want to say about HBCUs. You have flexibility to live your own life. If you're employed, there's a program there that you can attend and get your degree. If you have families, and that's one really, really great thing about HBCUs. They look at the entire individual rather than just you coming there getting a degree. They want to make sure that you fit within that program. Oh, I have so many favorite memories of football games. Oh, I'm supposed to be talking about academics, is that right? Not the fun things. But I have a lot of memories about Jackson State. I mentioned earlier about how the faculty embrace you and they are compassionate and nurturing. One thing I remember is the faculty member who was chair of my dissertation committee. She held a graduation party for me at her house when I graduated. Now, don't think that every faculty member will have a party for you at Jackson State. That is not the case. I was an older student, and I had gotten to know the faculty real well, and my dissertation chairman, she loved me so well until she said, let's have the party at my house. Well, of course, I'm from a family of 13 siblings, and she knew 100 people would be coming to my graduation, and she probably knew that I couldn't afford to hold a party for all those people, so she held it in her backyard. And another thing about that too, you get to know the faculty, and they get to know who you are. Like, she knew my family, she knew a lot about me, and wanted to have that party for me. I eventually started working at Jackson State about 3 years after I got my doctorate, and that's another thing too. When they see talent in you, they will come back, hire you, or do whatever they need to do to ensure that you become the best person that you can be. So I was there as a faculty member, and I'm sorry to say that my dissertation chairman passed away later on. And one fun memory I have is that even though it was a sad occasion, her family asked me to come and speak at the services as one of her students, and that was a great legacy for me to give to her, that I was able to come and speak on her behalf as a student. So I have a lot of fun memories, some sad memories, but mostly fun memories. And of course, her name is Dr. Burns, and she ensured that I got involved in the university. I was on a lot of committees when they needed a student. So when they see skills and talents in you, it's not just being a part of that department, but then they share you with the entire universities. So I represented the department on a lot of committees, and that's why I like HBCUs, and I also love Jackson State University, the Jackson State University, the I love. Jackson State University, HBCUs prepare students in ways that I think other universities may not be able to prepare because they understand who you are. Of course, a lot of the faculty members look like you. They have some of the same backgrounds as you. Therefore, they know what you need to succeed in life. So they talk to you, certainly as a student, but they talk to you so that you can succeed after you leave that university. So that's one thing that I know that they help to prepare me. I was able to go to lots of conferences and conventions because of my faculty members. And one thing that you do know, because I mentioned that I taught at Jackson State after I received my doctorate. So what I in turn did when I was a faculty member was to ensure that the students that I served, that I taught, received the same kind of special education as the faculty members gave me. So I also know that in going to an HBCU, being embraced and engulfed into that culture with the faculty, that you in turn want to then go back and provide the same kind of nurturing to the students that you serve as well. If a high school senior was sitting right in front of me and I wanted to get them to go to an HBCU, I would, number one, ask a question. I would ask them, what would they be looking for in the university? And most times they will say, because they're a high school senior, they may not have been away from home. So when they go away from home, they may say, well, I want a caring and nurturing family. That's one thing. And I say, bingo, go to an HBCU and you will have a caring and nurturing family right there before you. Then I'll ask them, well, what do you want to be, what do you want to major in, and what do you want to do later on in life? After they give me their major, I would say, at Jackson State University, I know you said HBCUs, but at Jackson State University, I know this. I can't speak for they know, but at Jackson State University, if you go there, once you decide your major, and once you decide what you want to do later on in life, there would be those faculty members and really staff to help you. Even the president of the university took an interest in what I was doing. And you don't have to be a straight A student. Now, straight A's are good, but you don't have to be a straight A student. If you are a grade C, B, whatever student you are, they will take you at whatever level you are, and they will help instill the great values that you will need regarding character development, regarding living in this world to be the best person that you can ever be. While you're at the HBCUs, now I have on my blue and white, those are the colors, of course, of our HBCUs, but I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And of course, I'm a former regional director. I was the 23rd Southeastern Regional Director, Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. And I was also the national program chairman. So as you consider your HBCUs, there are lots of sororities and lots of fraternities that you can choose. But guess what? The pink and the green, please consider Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, because you will ensure that once you go to your HBCU, once you join Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, you're sure to be successful. Thank you. Calling everyone to become a member and to attend an HBCU, and also calling all those wonderful young ladies to become a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. Hooray, hooray, hooray for the pink and green, and also the blue and white. The I love Jackson State University. Yay!